Okay, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye, coming to you with a very, very early morning show. That's right, I'm coming to you today as one of the co-hosts of the Filthy Casual and Hardcore show. And joining me is my fellow co-host, Ola. Say hello to the people, Ola.
What's happening, morning people? Been a long night, but we got a result. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm just seeing people I got into an argument with the MMA community over this. And you know, it was just a horrible, horrible decision. And I called it as well. That was the worst thing about it. Right after the fight ended, my tweet I actually said, in fact, let me see if I can find my tweet. I literally called it right before it happened. Let me find it. It will upload. But yeah, in terms of the fight itself, it started off slow, but the fight it grew into it and it sparked into life really when Wilder knocked Fury down in round 9, and then that was when people were like, "Oh shit!" Because up until then, Fury was just banking round after round after
I
round.
mean, Fury did what I said he was gonna do. If you remember on the show, I said he was gonna rack up the points. I mean, the first 4 rounds that could have gone either way, but I'd give him to Fury. The first 4 rounds. If you look at the way the fight went, there's no apart from the knockdown. Really, what would you give to Wilder? What would you really give him?
Mm,
And I said Fury was going to respect his power. Both of them, they went at it, but once Fury felt the power, you knew he was going to respect the power and work around it.
yeah,
And in my eyes, I mean, Fury won that fight. I thought Fury got robbed.
yeah,
That's my opinion. Actually, I feel sorry for Fury in this, but then again, it gives him more ammunition to um to call out the people he was calling out, and that includes one of our boy tonight, AJ. But you know,
yeah.
that's just the Fury. That's just how Fury moves, and you expect that from Tyson. But to me, in the whole complexion of the fight, this is why MMA. I can see why you go into the argument with MMA fans, because usually we get definitive results one way or the other. You could see the pattern of the fight, and a lot of the times, it goes in favor of who actually won the fight. This just reminds me of the Golovkin, Triple G, and Canelo's first fight.
Mm.
Does it not bring a air of that? Triple G and Canelo's first fight.
Yeah, yeah, but I see. This is where I got into an argument with MMA people because I do think it also happens in MMA. It doesn't happen perhaps
Not as
on
much.
on the global scale the way it does in boxing. Unfortunately, in boxing, it always tends to happen in the highest of profiles of fights. In fact, my tweet basically said, um, if I see some bullshit that it's a draw, you can fuck right off with that. I just sense it's coming. That was right before this. That was just after the fight ended. I said, I just sense. I have this feeling that Wilder knocked him down twice, and the Americans aren't gonna be very cool with just letting one of their champions lose his title after he knocked the guy down twice, even if Fury won every other round outside of that. Like they wouldn't be happy with that. And I just had this feeling that they're gonna stitch Fury up, aren't they? They're gonna stitch him up and they're gonna call it a draw when we all know better. Um, Fury proved me wrong, you know. I'll be honest. Um,
Yeah.
he proved me right and he proved me wrong in a way. I think he
Mm.
proved me right in the sense that I did say Wilder late. And my reasoning for that was because Wilder has been in this position before where he's lost rounds in fights. But that right hand of it, that power that he has, is an equalizer. And I tweeted that, funny
Mm.
enough, right before he knocked Fury down in round 9. And I just basically said, listen, Ignore the fact that Wilder's losing these rounds, because that right hand is a hell of an equalizer. And we saw that in round 12 before Fury decided to do an impression of The Undertaker and just rise up from the ashes. My man looked out.
That was funny still. That was funny. But
he looked out for a bit. And it was as if someone said, no, you need to get the fuck up. So he got up and was just like, yeah, man, I'm good. And actually started to come back towards the end of the round, which was just amazing, which showed how, first of all, how tough he is. I mean, to be honest, I worry for AJ in that because that showed me something. That showed me that, okay, Tyson can take a punch and he will get up and come back at you. And then secondly, the heart that Fury has in order to pull himself through that fight, because that was a difficult fight for him.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a real difficult fight, and we have to put in perspective how this guy has come back. He's only had one comeback fight. Yeah, he lost 18 stone on the way to this fight. Fought mental illness. All the way into this fight. He's a big advocate for mental illness. And in my eyes, he's won. I did say even if he lost this fight, he's won. And
to lose 8 stone is not easy.
It's not easy. It's not a joke. And he's got himself into shape. And I knew he was going to go the whole way. I knew he was technical enough to go the whole way. And it proved that tonight. It proved that tonight. And I mean, if anybody doubted him before, he's shown everybody, even after one comeback fight, that he can hang in there. He can hang with the best, and he is truly the best. This is going to be a blemish on his unbeaten record, in my opinion. It's a rubbish blemish on his unbeaten. On Fury's. Okay, because both of them had been unbeaten up until this. But
to me, it's more of a blemish on Wilder's record, because with Fury, he can look at that and say, "Listen, everyone knows I won that fight. Everyone knows I basically won that fight." Floyd Mayweather, he was more harsh than I was. I gave Wilder 1 round after 5, and they interviewed Floyd Mayweather.
They gave him nothing.
Floyd was just rude about it. He was like, "Listen, as far as he's concerned, Wilder's lost all 5 rounds." I was like,
I give him to Fury. I give him to Fury. Fury. It didn't surprise me because I knew he had this in him, and I said it on the preview show.
You did.
I said this on the preview show. I knew he had this in him. And
you're the only one that called that.
Kenny, if you're watching, you owe me a pint of Guinness.
Funnily enough, Kenny Ken, I said somebody's O's got to go, and then Kenny Ken went, but what if it's a draw? I actually think it would be a freaking draw. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but majority draw though. What kind of draw is that? They gave a majority draw. That's taking it away from Fury. And that's what I'm trying to say. That
I know what you're saying.
Giving it a majority draw. That's what's a majority? A draw's a fucking draw. This is the thing that pisses me off of boxing. What's a fucking majority draw?
A draw.
What's that all about? A draw's a fucking draw.
A draw's a draw.
Fuck the majority draw business, man. You know what I mean? Fucking majority draw.
Oh man!
Fuck off with that shit.
And what was the surprise about that? It was an English judge that gave it a draw, which was like, hey, where did that come from? 130. I don't get it. Okay, he had 2 10-8s. I maybe gave Wilder 1 more round outside of that. Other than that, it was all Fury.
Oh, they'll have to dance again. They'll have to dance again. Definitely.
So that was going to be towards my final question was to you, was do you think they'll do it again? Because to me, I was watching that interview and Wilder didn't really see on that option. I think if Wilder has his way, he'll
swerve it.
He'll swerve it, try and get that AJ payday. And then if he somehow still has his belt and all the belts, then he may consider and entertain a Fury rematch.
Well, if he's a bad man, if he's a bad man like he thinks he is, I think he should go back right. He should go out there and let's do it like Triple J Canelo. Let's do it like Triple J Canelo. Let's do it like put that belt on the line if you really think you can get the
You're really
job
about
done.
this life,
Yeah, if you're really about it, if you really want the smoke, if you really think you can get it done, then come out there, put the belt on the line, and let's do it again. And I think that should be the way to go, because right now Fury would mind doing it again. He'd feel look, I've done this on my way out of recovery, and I done it this good. Imagine if I'm fully fit, if I really have a proper camp, if I maybe have that rest, then go about it with a better game plan. You could get it done. I think you could get it done, and maybe people
Do
won't be
you
so
think he could
quick
get it
to.
done though? Because I think what was so impressive about this is Fury in his essentially his third comeback fight.
Bro, we've seen it even with MMA. People have one knockdown power, but fighters that are so technical.
Yeah,
That was the one word that I used in the preview a lot
yeah,
about Fury. He is so technical.
yeah.
Fighters that are so technical have more tools in their box. They have more tools in their toolbox to get around a fight. And Fury is that guy. And I think if he gets another shot, even with AJ, if he gets a shot, you can't rule him out. You cannot rule him out.
Right.
And
I'll be honest with you. You know I'm an AJ man. I
well, we
think
both are AJ man,
I,
but
I
with
think he
this
beats AJ. I'll
with,
be real.
with this performance,
Watching this today, he beats AJ.
you can't rule him out. You can't rule him out. And to me, he's shown everybody in the world he's back, and he's back to tell. He's a problem for the heavyweight division.
Yeah,
He is a problem,
yeah.
and anybody that wants it can get it.
It's honestly, to me, I think for the good of boxing, there should be a rematch. There should be. I know
Absolutely.
everybody's gassed about one guy holding all the belts, but for the good of boxing, there needs to be a rematch to clarify this. Because regardless of what you want to say about Coleno and Triple G, even the second fight, at least they did that rematch again to clarify things.
Yeah.
Now, to me, I still felt like Triple G won that second fight. But at least there was a definitive, as you said, definitive decision. I actually thought Canelo fought very well in the second fight. I just thought Triple G was better. It's just, unfortunately, the judges didn't agree for Triple G, that is. So I think for the good of boxing, I would love to see these two dance again. I don't see Wilder coming to the UK. I think he's talking shit. I think if anything, he'll insist that if a second fight happens, it happens in Alabama. I think what's embarrassing for Wilder is the fact that he got booed by his own fans towards the end of the fight. And it's just like, oh, bruh. This guy can't catch a break with his own people, you know.
Well, it did talk a lot as well. He talked a lot. He talked like, he was going to really deliver the thing. And Fury has come into his own backyard and, and embarrassed him there. Because, the one thing he kept saying was how he was going to knock out Fury. And, you didn't deliver as far as your fans are concerned, as far as your hometown is concerned. They got mugged off. They got mugged off by you. You didn't give them exactly what you promised them. Basically you barely held on to the belt. With some majority draw decision. Get out of here.
Oh goodness gracious me. Well, also while we're on, and I know we talk a lot about boxing, but just a quick shout out to Usman, who absolutely destroyed RDA yesterday.
My guy.
Flipping heck.
Kamaru, man.
Destroyed him. It went
Dominated him for 5 rounds just to show you. He just kept him there. Just pressure, just dominated, man. And I'm excited to see what happens between him and Taron when the time comes around. Obviously, they're looking at what happens between him and Taron they're looking at what happened between him and Taron in when Taron's done with Covington. So
Yeah,
it'd be nice to see what goes on there.
Although Dana's talking up Usman now, which I was a bit surprised about. I was like, hey, I thought he hated Usman for that 30% comment.
Well, yeah. Well, Dana's the biggest flip flop you'll ever find out there.
Tell me about it. Don't get me started. But all right, so that's pretty much it. It was just a quick one from us, guys. You let us know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. Do you think what fight would you guys like to see? Would you like to see the Fury rematch? Would you like to see Fury AJ? Would you like to see AJ Wilder now just consolidate the belts and get on with it, and then maybe give Tyson a shot another time? What would you like to see? Leave it in the comments below. No doubt, Ola, we'll probably be back for what? What's the next big fight card? Is it a UFC one, maybe?
It's got to be Ortega and Holloway.
Is that the 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do something next week for that. So keep an eye out on that. If you like this video, crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of that like button. I appreciate every time you guys do that. Ola, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Black Scorpion Free, Instagram Black Scorpion Free, same handle, and on YouTube, my channel is out there, Capital Scorpions TV. Go give it a check out.
Yeah, and you can follow me on Twitter at Colossal Chig. I'm just falling out with a number of MMA fans, so I need some boxing fans to help me out. And also, Kenny Florin is one of those people, by the way. Difficult, I know. And then you can follow me on Instagram, which is Guna_Eagle_I1. All right, people, we're out of it. I'm gonna go to sleep, and by the time I get up, Arsenal will be playing Tottenham. Can't wait for that. So Ola, why don't you take us out?
Anyway, salutes.
All right. Peace, people. Take care. Deuces.